Awesome. Well, welcome to all of you. I'm so glad you were able to join us here today. I'm really excited to dive into this topic with Jana about mindset, and especially for health coaches, because she is a health coach and, all kinds of other great things as well. She's a hypnotherapist. She's a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher. She has so much to bring to this topic. And I really felt it was so important because this mindset piece is such a huge one for health coaches. I hear every day through my students, through the students that I work with at IIN, in my community, that the fears, the limiting beliefs, the procrastination, the comparing ourselves to others, right? Especially as we're getting started, those can really hold us back from moving forward, right? From moving forward toward those dreams and visions that we have to be amazing health coaches. And so it really is a key block. So let me first just introduce Jana, and then we'll dive more into the conversation. Thanks everyone for letting us know where you're calling in from. Looks like we've got a pretty international group here. I'm seeing all kinds of different locations from around the world. So really happy to have you all here. So let's introduce Jana first and tell you a little bit about her background and how we ended up being on this call here together today. So as I mentioned, Jana is a hypnotherapist. She's a holistic coach, a yoga and a meditation teacher. And she worked in the corporate world for 10 years, right? And during that time, she really started seeking sort of deeper meaning, which I think many of us do on our journey to health coaching, right? And you really immersed yourself in this journey of self-development and self-healing. And again, so many of us as health coaches, that's why we ended up here, right? Because we went through our own journey of that nature. And so along the way, Jana became really mesmerized by the power of the mind. And that led her to seek a diploma at the Accredited School of Hypnotherapy, HMI, Hypnosis Meditation Motivation Institute. And so Jana launched her therapy and coaching business 2 years ago. And she herself, as I'm sure we're going to hear more of, is no stranger to those negative emotions and thoughts that can really creep in along the way. And I'm no stranger to those either. And she really does understand and have a great sense of, all of these common struggles that so many new coaches experience. And she really loves to empower people in stepping out of those comfort zones and into their true potential. So I love sort of the language we used in kind of promoting this, that it is really all about turning those fears into fuel for success, right? And just having that unshakable mindset so that we can, move forward and reach all of those amazing dreams and desires that we have for our coaching practices. So welcome, Jana. I'll love to just pass it over to you to kick things off for us.
Wow, I couldn't have thought of a better introduction. Thank you, Michelle. That was perfect. You nailed the introduction, everything that you know about me. Thank you so much for having me here. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited because, as you said, mindset has been my journey of growth throughout these past years. And the more I dive deep into this journey, the more I realize how much people struggle with mindset and the power of mindset in us living our potential. So welcome, everybody. My name is Jana. I live in Ireland. I'm from Lebanon. I lived in Dubai. I was a corporate girl for such a long time, as Michelle said, and I changed career not too long ago. So I wasn't in my 20s. I was already in my 30s, if age makes a difference. But I was already at that stage where people are looking at judging, and there was a lot of self-awareness and kind of self-judgment on changing my career and doing things that were different. So I went through a big experience of fear, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, doubting my abilities. But one thing led to the other, and I pushed through. And for some reason now, I'm getting more and more connected to coaches or entrepreneurs who are launching their businesses, but feel a big block and the inability to grow or put themselves out there, not because they don't have skills, not because they don't have certifications or the abilities to do it, or the knowledge or the personality, but just because they believe for some reason or the other that they can't. And that's what kind of lit something up for me that is, wow, it's such a shame that there's so many people with such amazing gifts that are not sharing it. And a lot of them back out and actually go back to their 9-to-5 jobs because they feel, I just can't do this. Yeah. It's not possible. And that's all mindset. And this is really why I'm here today. Yeah. Oh, we have another person from Lebanon.
Oh, very cool. So can anyone on the call kind of relate to this, what Jana's talking about? Because I know I do. I was thinking back to those initial years. Yeah, like turn on your camera, say hey, like, relating to that, having all of those doubts and fears and worries, that absolutely hold you back. I'm seeing in the chat, yes, I do, right? Because they can become so overwhelming. Like Jana said, we could go through our training and have all the best skills and things in the world. But, when we doubt ourselves, like our mind can become so powerful and really overtake, right, those limiting beliefs and can stop us. And I see so many people who are joining my community who are saying things like, yes, I went through training, but I have never done anything with it. Right. They just lose that momentum. They don't know where to get started, and they let those fears and doubts just take over. So I think so many of us, can relate to that. Yeah.
100%. So if I could say something is that really most of these mindset struggles, they're not our voice. It's the voice of our society, the voice of our culture, the voice of our, God bless them, but our parents, their fears, their kind of limitations, which have been handed to us. And we carry it with us subconsciously. And we're not aware even that this is mindset. We think that we're just not good enough. But really, it's those subconscious beliefs that have been kind of given to us. And we didn't take time to release them, to create new ones that allow us to grow. So it is our duty as adults who are on personal development journey to kind of, same as we work on our skills in coaching and our education, to work on our mindset and to work on releasing those old stories that are no longer serving us, to create new ones that are going to help us get to where we want to be. I really believe this is an equally important part of the journey that personally has, especially over the past year, shifted my business, shifted how I show up, shifted how I show up for my day, how I feel about my business. And I just feel 10 times better than I was when I was showing up from a space of fear, anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. So it's really our duty to work on mindset.
Yeah, that's such a huge point, because I think, what most of us do, our initial strategy is just push it down, right? Push it further. And we just think, oh, well, I'm just going to try not to think that, or I'm going to ignore it, and I'm going to push through, right? I'm just going to, willpower and strength, just go and do more and more. But I think, what I heard you just saying, that we have to look at that, that almost rewiring, reprogramming, right? Like as part of the work we need to do as coaches. We're often taught as we go through our health coach training that we need to be our own first clients, right? And practice, what we're preaching or things that we're going to be sharing with our clients. And I think this mindset piece, as you said, is just as important as that, as, trying a new dietary theory or, new self-care methods or whatever the health, strategy is. We also have to have this mindset piece if we're going to be successful.
100%.
Yeah. So I was just going to pass it back over.
I think it's good to start by talking a bit about what's happening in our mind, because when we understand what's happening in the mind, we first of all understand that it's not your fault. Nothing's wrong with you. This is just... Right.
Hang on one sec. We'll just...
No worries.
For those of you who are just joining us, if you could just mute, let me find, sorry about that. There we go.
No
All right.
worries.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. Yeah. So what I was saying is when we understand how the mind works, we kind of start to feel relieved that, oh, it's not me. It's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. Every single person on this journey experiences the same exact thing. Trust me, every person, even the most successful coaches that you see out there have gone through this and experienced what you might be experiencing today. You know, someone is saying it's a downhill spiral. Every single person has gone through this, and there's many who are going through this now. So that's why I'm going to start by explaining what happens in the mind. So you become like, oh, okay, that's just how the mind works.
Yeah.
So as I said, you know, I didn't say it, as I'm going to say. So when you are born, basically, your mind is like a clear canvas. Think of like a clear canvas that is waiting to be painted, like a white page. So when we're born, we're kind of like a sponge. And over the first few years of our life, the first 8 years typically, the mind starts to take in suggestions from our environment. Usually, who's that? That's teachers, school teachers, our parents, our family, our culture, our society. And so often, again, God bless them. We're not here to go to the past and blame anyone, but there are a lot of beliefs about what success looks like, about money, about how you should show up in the world that are engraved in our minds. And some things, let me know if you relate to any of those, sound like this. Money does not grow on trees, young lady. Right?
Absolutely.
Art and sports, they don't make money. You need to have a job that is in an office. So whether it's said to you or you've seen it, you know, and how your parents lived or how culture and society deemed as successful, we start to think that I cannot be someone who's following their passion and make money. I cannot be spiritual and make money. Spirituality doesn't equal to money making. So we start to create all of these stories about money, success, hard work, about being enough, what is enough, about putting myself out there and judgment and fear and worrying. If I put myself out there, will I be judged? What will people think of me? So all of these things are created. And along our childhood, these beliefs, these associations becomes our story. It encompasses what we call the subconscious mind, which is 88% of our mind. That's massive.
Wow.
88% of how you're living your life today is based on subconscious beliefs that have been given to you, not consciously, throughout your childhood years, mainly through what you've seen. Okay. And then the mind protects this subconscious beliefs. Why does it protect it? Because it loves you and it wants to make sure that you stay in your comfort zone. So the mind wants to keep you in your comfort zone. Why is that? Because comfort zone means safety, security, means no risk, means there's no potential for failure, means you don't need to work hard. You just stay where you are, where it's comfortable. Oh, this is good. Keep me here. I don't need to work harder and face judgment or shame or failure. I don't want my parents to think that I failed at something that I've tried. So the mind wants to avoid all of that and keep you in what it knows as its comfort zone. And 88% of your mind, that's massive, is fighting against you to keep you in your comfort zone. So it's not your fault. It's your mind doing its job in making sure you're safe, in making sure you're not taking risks, to again keep you safe, because it does not like the unknown. So as soon as you give your mind an unknown idea, as in, let me go live on Instagram for the first time where everyone judges me, sees me for who I am, sees my faults, sees all my doubts about myself, the mind is going to freak out and tell you, you can't. No. Don't do it. It's risky. You don't have the skills. It starts to throw excuses at you to make sure you don't do it because it's scared. And 88% is fighting against you. That's huge. So imagine the role you have to fight back. All right. So do we all understand how the mind works? Because, right, you see?
Yeah. And I think this, this is where those voices come, right? Those stories and those voices in their head that are telling us, no, we can't do it, right? Because when we move to that unknown, and I think about all of us, starting new careers as health coaches, right? It's like, you can't do that. What do you mean? No. You're going to leave, the comfort and safety of the corporate world or salary or whatever and go out into this unknown thing. I mean, I absolutely had those stories early on. I was in the corporate world and had a great salary. And when I told my family I was going to, leave all of that and go do this unknown thing called health coaching, they thought I was crazy, and so, and those, reactions and feedback that I got, those just feed even more, right? That 88% of my mind that is already telling me, I can't do it. So I didn't have those numbers before to know that it's 88%, which is huge, right? And so just day in and day out, those voices in our head, and, I always say to folks, like, they get even louder and stronger when we move into that unknown territory, right? When we start doing things that are beyond our comfort zone, that I don't know if there's numbers to support that, but I have a feeling like they just either get louder or it grows or something, because, they're fine when we're in our comfort zone, where we're in that day job that we know we can just go in there day in, day out and do our thing. But like you said, when it's that unknown piece, that's when things get really loud.
Exactly. That's when things get loud, because the mind gets scared and it wants to take you back to what is called homeostasis. It wants to make sure that it's safe and that it always takes you back to what it knows. Every time you're going to jump into the unknown. And like you said, Michelle, whenever you hear those excuses, which your mind is throwing at you, whatever excuses you're coming up with, it's not you. Separate yourself from your mind. There's you and there's your mind. So whatever excuses your mind is throwing at you, you can't. It's scary. Be careful. You're not ready. Take time. You need more certifications, blah, 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 whatever it is. That's your mind pulling you back into the comfort zone. Right. So really, the most powerful thing here to start with is becoming aware that you are not the mind. Extremely powerful, because that separates you from your thoughts, where you start saying, whenever you have a thought about whatever, about going live, posting something, a new client, about money, how much to charge, whatever the thought is, take a moment to breathe and witness the thought and ask yourself, is this thought taking me forward, or is this thought my old story taking me back? You can label the thought and notice it. And just becoming self-aware that I am not the thought. The thought is the subconscious mind doing its job. You can separate yourself and start to gain control. But step number one is becoming aware that you are not the thoughts that you're having. That's not you. If you're spiritual, you're a spirit on a human experience. That's all.
Right. Yeah, that's such a powerful one. And thank you, for sharing that, because, we can get so caught up, right? I mean, just, I think that it must be true. Right. So, and I think for many of us, having been on spiritual journeys, through meditation and things like that, where we learn to sort of separate ourselves from the mind, or just notice the thoughts and try not to get caught up in them, that is the essence, right? That is that starting point where we do have to separate ourselves, but such a great reminder that we are not those thoughts. We do not have to believe them, right? We can separate ourselves, as you said, label them, and then, make a different decision. Right.
Exactly. 100%. So here's a question. So we're talking about the comfort zone and how the mind subconsciously wants to keep you there. Right. But consciously, that I don't want to stay in the comfort zone. Right. I want to become the successful, amazing coach who's serving clients, who's changing the world, who's doing all of these amazing things. So what do you guys think? You can write it in the chat. Is the next thing that you experience once you take that tiny step outside the comfort zone? What's the second zone outside the comfort zone? What do you think?
Good question.
What comes after comfort?
I think we're stumped on this one. Did
I say it?
Well, Well, maybe is there like a little hint you could give us, like
We already
another
have
way
the
to
answer. Ilyana got it already.
Oh,
So fear. And I love
right.
this one. So right after the comfort zone is the fear zone. Okay. So you'd think that once you step out of the comfort zone, you're already in that flourishing growth stage. Sorry, guys, but it's not how it works. Once you say yes to, you know what, I'm going to do that live. Okay. I'm going to not listen to that voice. I'm going to go live on Instagram. You said it and you posted a story and said, tomorrow I'm going live. For the next 24 hours, you will go into the fear zone, which is excuses. Probably you would start feeling sick and you're like, oh, I can't do this. I feel sick. Your body is going to start to throw things at you. You're going to start to feel all kinds of things that, again, want to take you back to your comfort zone. So why am I sharing this? Because fear is not escapable. It's not something we can avoid as part of this journey. In order for us to grow and learn, we have to go through fear. Fear is just a normal path of our journey. And our role in terms of mindset is to not fear the fear, but rather say, wow, I feel fear. It means I'm trying something new. It means I'm going to grow. It means I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm defying my subconscious mind and I'm pushing against it because I'm stronger. So number one is really here changing how we talk about fear and stress and anxiety, because all of these emotions that you're going to feel while you're stepping out of your comfort zone are a normal part of the journey that are actually signs that are telling you that you are on the path of growth, because no growth happens without fear. No growth happens, because after the fear zone that's where learning zone happens. So first is comfort zone, then you go to the fear zone. And then when you do that live and you finish it, you're going to have a list of things that you've learned to be better and do it 10 times and more amazing and learn. And you're going to get excited to do it for the second time. And that becomes your learning zone. And then fourth stage is your growth zone, where you feel like, oh my God, I've done 10 lives already. And now I know exactly what's my vision for Instagram lives. And you've grown. So you've created a whole new comfort zone for yourself.
Amazing. You know, what this is really also reminding me of, Jen, I mean, yes, to use this for ourselves as we're putting ourselves out there in the world as health coaches and doing Instagram lives, which I have not done yet. So you're inspiring me around that one. But, you know, it's also with our clients, right? Because they're going to be out of their comfort zone when they're trying to make all these health and wellness changes. So for us to have this as a tool, you know, to explain to them, right? You know, you're going to be trying new things, right? You want to stay in your comfort zone. They don't want to make change, right? So I'm thinking about the whole behavioral change process that we go through as, you know, making lifestyle and health changes. And of course, then there's going to be fear, right? Do I hire a coach? Do I do whatever? And then our clients are starting with us as coaches and thinking, what is this going to be? What are they going to ask me to do? You know, am I going to be able to do it? So all of those voices that come up from our clients' perspective. And then, you know, when we are able to move beyond that fear zone, and it reminded me also of a book. I think there's a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, right? Yes, there you go, right? I've got it on my bookshelf too.
I love it.
Because we do. I think it's such an important piece that you said, like, we can't just skip it. We can't jump over it. There's no, you know, quick fix around fear. Like, we actually have to dive headfirst into it.
Exactly.
And then you said, like, you know, when we know that, okay, once I do, you know, move through the fear and actually dive into it, there is going to be learning and growth on the other side, right? So knowing that gives us that comfort that there is going to be a safe landing, right? After we take that leap. So anyway, I think this, again, so important for us, but really a great process as well to share with our health coaching clients. So thank you.
Oh, yes. And you know, one nice exercise you can do here is write down those 4 zones, right? Comfort, fear, learning, growth. And then for your comfort comfort zone, choose one thing that now you're really stuck in terms of you're really in your comfort zone and you're not stepping out. I'm using Instagram Live as an example. And then write down, okay, fear zone. What are things I would experience as fear if I decide to go into Instagram Live? What would I learn if I did it? What wouldn't I learn if I didn't do it? What growth would I experience over the long term? So writing this down for yourself helps you actually see the growth that could come out of it. Don't just think about it. Take an example for yourself. You can do it now as we talk. Choose a topic. See it through, even see the fear that you will, how you experience fear. We all experience fear differently, and then go through that. I see that Sonia is asking a very nice question, which is how long does the fear zone stay?
Good question.
I have the perfect answer. It stays for as long as it takes for you to actually do the thing that you're fearing. So if it's going to take you a whole week to plan that Instagram Live, you're going to have fear for the whole week. If you're going to say tomorrow is the day and you go live tomorrow, as soon as you go live, the fear is going to go away. So fear goes away as soon as you do the thing that scares you. So do the thing that scares you. Do it. Choose what scares you, do it, and the fear will be gone because you will go into the learning zone. That's it. You have to go through the fear, do it, learn from it. Fear will be gone. And you'll have a new kind of fear now. You'll have fear for going on, I don't know, YouTube or whatever. And it keeps growing, but then it becomes fun. Like, oh, something new.
That's so beautiful. And again, like, because I, teach coaches about coaching skills and questions and things, like I think so much about, as you just described, like asking ourselves those questions, but also asking your clients those questions, right? Especially in the fear zone, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? If you make this shift or you make this change or, that's such a powerful coaching question. But then, I love adding on, and what are you going to learn or what are you going to benefit? What are those positive shifts that are going to happen if you're able, to move through that fear, right? What are you going to learn about yourself? How are you going to grow? So I think, applying to us as health coaches, and if we take that leap, right? What are we going to learn? How are we going to grow as coaches to move through that? So love these questions. Yeah. Amazing.
Exactly. And Telma's saying that she goes live, but fear still comes the next live. It's a journey. There's no magic pill, right? But the more you do what you fear, the easier and easier it gets, basically, right?
Right.
But then again, self-coaching here. What is the fear coming from? Where is it coming from? Is this something that someone implanted again in my mind that I need to work on it? I need to release it. I need to let it go.
Yeah. So what you're kind of saying, the more and more we do it, the fear kind of lessens and lessens.
100%.
I'm not sure if it ever, and this is a question for you, does it ever fully go away? Because I've been in the coaching business for about 10 years now. I had some nerves and fears coming on here today. I have nerves and fears, every time I get a new client or, so I think sometimes like the intensity maybe lessens or the fears shift, maybe I don't have the same initial fears that I did in the beginning, but new ones come, right? Can you talk 100%. A little bit about that?
But that's what I said is that as long as you're growing, fear is going to be there. So seeing fear as a good sign. So yes, fear comes back. Great. It means you're still pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Beautiful.
It's not, so what if fear comes up? So what if I'm stressed? Again, shifting the language. Instead of I'm stressed, I'm fearful, Sonia is saying I'm stuck, all of that, shifting the language into I have fear, which means I'm growing and it's exciting. I look forward for what's to come. I'm proud of myself that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and learning new things about this journey. A positive language reinforces the positive in the mind and allow us to release those subconscious limiting beliefs of I'm stuck, I'm paralyzed, I can't do this, right? Versus, this positive language of what I want to attract. So we could talk about that if you want, in terms of how to now shift the language and to invite all these positive things.
Yeah, I'd love to get there. One of the things as you were saying that reminded me, I heard somewhere along the way, right, that if you feel a little sick to your stomach, like it's a good sign, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think it's exactly what you're saying, right? That, it is all about, we're probably all gonna, always feel a little bit of that. But what you're saying is not letting it take total control so that we're not able to move forward, right? It's getting back to that, feel the fear and do it anyway, right? We just got to go with it and learn how to balance it. So yeah. Tell us more
100%.
about kind of, that next step.
So we could talk a bit about again, coming back to the mind, right? Coming back to the mind. I live in the avoidance zones when I feel fear. Yeah, these are all kind of coping techniques that the mind, again, is throwing at you to keep you in the comfort zone, right? Avoid it. Paralysis. You're going into fight or flight. You're going into a stress zone, right? And that kind of numbs you and keeps you where you are. So we need to work on shifting the mind. So how can we work on shifting the mind? Step number one really is creating a vision. Why is this important of you having a vision? And sorry, I know there's a lot of comments coming. We will come back to them. Yeah. But I'm going to speak now a bit about the importance of having a vision for your business and for your career as a coach. Why is that so important? Because the mind, again, wants to be reassured that what you're moving towards is safe, secure, it can trust it. It can be almost like something that is known. The more you start to invite this vision of your coaching business and or your career into your mind and make it known, the more the mind is going to trust you and trust that it can take that next step. Okay. So if every day I wake up envisioning my growth, my progress, my big why, the mind will start to accept it as a known. And when the mind starts to say, oh, okay, this is getting familiar. I'm confident. I am someone who can do this. I am someone who shows up, works with clients, who makes money. The more the mind accepts it as a known, even if it's not happening yet, the more it starts to attract it into your life. Okay, so this is a bit about the law of attraction, right? What you think, you attract. Like attracts like. If you think positive, you attract positive. If you think negative, you attract negative. So to think positive, step number one, create a vision. And, the best way to create a vision, I have my vision board here, is to create a vision board because honestly, the mind needs to see your plan. If my subconscious mind has no clue, she has no clue what she's doing. She's going to take me live and she's going to do all of this crazy stuff. And I'm scared. It's going to keep pushing you back into your comfort zone until I show my mind a picture. Hey, look, hey, mind, look, we're going to do this. And I'm confident and I'm attracting people and I'm speaking publicly. And the mind starts to say, wow, all of these amazing things. Treat your mind as a kid. Literally. And it starts to feel, wow, this feels nice. This feels exciting. And it starts to accept it as your reality. So have a vision. Without a vision, your mind is going to be scared as hell. Make it easy for the mind to accept your vision. And from the vision, you start to invite all of these things that you want to attract. What do you want to attract? I want to be, let's say, confident, clients, money, growth, and why not? Don't be scared of saying I want money. I think that's the most biggest thing that coaches are afraid of saying, right? Oh my God, I'm going to ask for money, right? And then you bring that into the present tense. I am confident. I am attracting clients. Clients are waiting out at the door. I am a channel for attracting money and growth in my business. So I start to speak a language that is present and positive. Why? So that the mind believes it and believes, wow, it's true and known that I am confident and attracting clients. So now I will accept that into my 88% subconscious belief and start to act upon that. Is this too much?
No, I'm fascinated by this. This is amazing. Keep going.
Just threw like a million things. Right? So step number one, stop everything you're doing. Book a day. we create a vision. Have a vision.
Yeah.
Where do I want to be in 2 years, in a year, in a month, in 5 years? And create a board that is beautiful, that excites you. Whenever you look at it, you feel this, oh my God, I'm so excited in my bones, my blood, every single cell in my body wants to go for it. Okay. And then I list all of the things that I feel I need to support me to get there. Confidence, attracting clients with ease, whatever that is. And I state them in the present tense. Okay, I am attracting clients. I am a channel for growth and success. I am facing fear and doing new things every day with joy and excitement. Positive language to help the mind accept the unknown and make it known.
Beautiful.
Trick your mind, basically.
So, I mean, these, what you're saying, with that, I mean, these are like affirmations, right? I mean, we're all taught about affirmations and we're always taught, to say it in the present as if it's already happening. And, again, I can't help but, go back to our behavioral change coaching process, because we always start our clients off with that vision, right? What's the vision that they have for their health and well-being, right? Exactly. How can they think of, and that's where so much of the motivation comes from for them to want to make those changes, because they look at what's possible and, how they're going to feel when they make these health and wellness changes. So for us, again, as health coaches and with thriving coaching practices that we want to have, thinking about what is that going to bring to our life, and all of those amazing benefits and impacting us and how we're going to feel and our families and our clients. And, just the difference that we want to make in the world. So I've always been a fan of vision boards. I actually used to teach vision board workshops. And, but, I didn't really have all the science behind it. And some of the things that you're sharing here, Jana, that like, to just for our mind to be able to see it, like, we say this about goals all the time. Well, it's one thing to think a thing and, that you want to do something, but it's another thing to like say it out loud and then to write it down and then to put some pictures to it, right? It all really enhances and deepens the power, for us to start to believe in that. So I love that you just added that depth to it. Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome. And to take it one step further, for you guys to take action with affirmations, because affirmations, it's everywhere, positive affirmations, but a few important things about affirmations. I've seen here a lot in the comments, things like I'm paralyzed, I'm stuck, I have fear, all of that. Write these things down, because these are what we call limiting belief. This is you. I know that it's not you. This is your subconscious mind throwing excuses at you, right? Then you look at your vision board and feel like, wait a second, let me go against this. Let me say, no, this is not paralysis. This is a reaction that my body is having because I'm doing something that is new, right? This is my mind stopping me. And it's not true. It's not true that I cannot go live and talk about health and wellness. I have amazing certifications. I've spoken before publicly. I have the strength. I have the charisma. I can do it. So you start to speak to your mind like a conversation, right? Like a conversation to go against your mind. Hey, wait a second, And then from that, you switch that old story of I'm paralyzed, I'm stuck, to something that is positive. I am growing. I'm experiencing different things in my body, which is a normal part of growth. And that excites me because it means that I'm trying something new that no one else dares to do, that many people don't do, but I'm doing it because I'm on a mission towards success. So you see, you become your own inspirational speaker.
That's so true. I love that.
Yeah, you have to become your own inspirational speaker. Otherwise, your subconscious mind is not your best friend all the time, right? It's your mom. And it's your mom being scared about you not making enough money. You're going to stand in her face and say, hey, I've studied. I have the knowledge. I have the skills. It's scary as hell, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. So get out of the way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's how you can use positive affirmations and create ones that stand up against those stories that are not serving you.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to, a technique that I learned as well is sort of like even just taking like a sheet of paper, right? And you do a column down the middle. On the one side, you write all of those negative thoughts, right? Everything that you're telling yourself, that's coming from fear. And then on the other side, I used to talk about it as like, speaking to yourself from the voice of love or your intuition, and developing, that other voice, right? That, and it is just sort of combating and challenging all of those initial, negative beliefs you have. So again, such a great reminder of not just, getting up every day and saying, oh, I'm so great, right? It's really, doing the work to look at, what are those stories that I keep telling myself over and over and over again? And how can I start to shift that, right? It does take work. Again, it's not just a flick of the switch. Right?
No, it's not. It's that's one very important thing, Michelle, is that it's actually daily work. It's daily work every day. One of the key things I had here as a tool is your morning intentions. Forget morning routine. It's up to you. Everyone's different. But having a moment in the morning where you sit with yourself and you remind yourself of your vision and you invite emotions of positivity that connect you to those positive affirmations of things that you want to feel. So let's say you're someone who struggles with confidence. For whatever reason, you're just not able to put yourself out there on social media or wherever because you struggle with confidence. So you know that what you need is a boost in confidence, to trust in yourself, to trust that you're good enough, that you're loved, and that what you share is amazing. So you're going to sit with yourself, you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to visualize yourself in that state in the morning. You're going to visualize yourself in the state that you desire. Again, same thing. You're training the mind to be accepting of the things that you want to do. So you visualize those things that you want to achieve as already happening. Oh, I see myself getting out there, putting that post, going live. I see it, I visualize it, and then I feel it. So you combine the visual with emotions. Oh, I feel that sense of emotion. I feel the energy. I feel the excitement. And then you can grab your journal and write, I feel confident. I feel like I'm powering through, I'm growing, all of this positive push. And then you start your day. Nothing can get in the way of that. So creating a vision every morning for your whole day. This was honestly a game changer for me. Game changer, because it means it's not what comes in the day that decides how I'm going to feel. I've decided already when I woke up that today I'm going to feel confident, calm, and relaxed. I'm going to feel patient and know that this is a journey. That's my affirmation. And every day I write a new set of affirmations and I post them up on the wall so that throughout my day, I'm walking past it. I'm like, I'm patient. I'm a channel for love and transformation. And I'm attracting clients toward me. Maybe I don't have clients now, but they're waiting at the door. They're about to knock. Right. So you see, it's a positive energy that I put into my day. My mind accepts it and loves it. My emotions affirm it, and nothing can get in the way of that.
So powerful. I just love your energy and your passion around this. I mean, it just, you're exciting me to, I got to start this tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, yes. Big game changer. Morning intentions. Yeah.
So are there some other things, daily practices, things?
I can talk forever, by the way. So
how are we doing time-wise? Yeah, I think we're good. So if you've got a few other little tips and ways we can.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, I mean, another amazing book. I love the law of attraction and everything that can, if you know anything about the law of attraction, which is really everything that you think, everything that you feel, everything that you say, you attract. So this is why becoming conscious and aware of how you're talking to yourself during the day is very important. So let's say I'm saying things like, oh, I really hope I get those clients. I'm not sure I can because I'm just new. I just started. You see how negative that is? You see how my body kind of changed, my energy, my voice, everything changed, versus a positive thought that sounds like, I'm a channel to attract clients. I'm growing, and this is a journey of growth. So I attract clients with ease, confidence, because I help people transform their lives. So the law of attraction really talks a lot about being very careful with the words and the thoughts that you use throughout the day. Not only the thoughts, the words. So if you're talking to a friend and you're going to say, this is hard, I don't know if I can charge people, I'm not making money, oh my God, does this even work? I don't have the confidence. Oh my God, look at them. There are coaches out there. I don't know how they do it. They have thousands of followers. How do they even do that? I can't do that. That's such a negative energy that's attracting negativity. That's actually limiting and blocking your opportunities. So just becoming aware of that, shifting the language. So a very nice technique that you could do, it's from the Law of Attraction book, it's called, like, I forgot the exact name, but it's like, let's call it something like positive workshop, like positive energy workshop. And you can book every day. It can be 15 minutes. It can be 30 minutes where you free journal, so free write, but free write a very positive language of everything you want to attract toward you. And it doesn't need to be only business related. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I'm free writing now in my positive workshop. I'm going to have 15 minutes. It's a workshop of positivity. I'm going to grab my journal and I'm going to write things like, I attract positive relationships. Everyone I meet shares with me a new opportunity, a new idea that allows me to share something new. I smile at everyone that comes my way, and that makes me feel good and positive for the rest of my day. And I'm going to keep rambling and going for a whole 15 minutes of full positivity. And if you practice doing that every day, that positive workshop, you practice again getting into the state of positivity where the mind believes that, oh my God, I attract positive things. I'm a vessel for making money. I make money with ease. I make money just sleeping at night. Money shows up at my door. I don't put effort into making money. Money is abundant. Money is available everywhere. Success is abundant and available to everyone. Man, who here feels positive? Right? Now imagine you doing this every day. Free journaling for 15 minutes. Amazing. Honestly, amazing. Really amazing. And that's highly recommended. If you need a boost of positivity, law of attraction, practice thinking positive. One key tip here is notice if you're saying things like I can't. Notice if you're saying things like I should, I have to. Right. I must, I have no option. I have to be on social media. This is a must. Oh my God, I can't charge this much money. And change the language into something like, I get to be on social media. I finally have launched my own business and get to share my light and my knowledge and the amazing things that have transformed my life. I'm excited to charge money because I give value to others, and money is just energy in exchange. That is all. I look forward for things to flourish in my life. Positive language. Okay. So is this a lot?
Oh my gosh. Well, no. And again, just your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion for this is like infectious. It really is.
Good.
So, and again, is this like brand new stuff that I've never heard before? No, but I mean, you're kind of saying, it goes to that whole thing, right? We hear things many, many times. And then one time we hear it, it's a little bit different. And we're ready for the message, right? We're ready to receive it and open to it. That, I think is just like incredible reminders. The other thing that I was thinking about is if we do practice like our positive workshops and we do the free writing and we, challenge those limiting beliefs and reword things to be more positive, like, can we get that 88%? Like, will that number ever go down or does it always remain 88?
So it's not about taking the number down. It's about making the 88 positive. So
okay. Yeah,
the 88, it's always, your subconscious mind is always 88%. But instead of the subconscious mind saying, I can't, and this is too hard, it's going to start saying, I'm over that I can't stuff. I now believe that I can, because I've changed it into something that's a positive story. That's my story, and not the story of my childhood beliefs and limitations and what success should look like. All right. So you're changing the 88% into something that's positive. Is that 100% possible? Yes. And sometimes you need some help.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all seek. I mean, I think every single coach probably has a coach, has a therapist, has someone they're working with, because sometimes we need support, because some of those beliefs are deeply ingrained and they need us to go back and challenge more deeply. But definitely you can start and you can get to amazing places on your own. 100% sure.
Yeah. Amazing tips.
Great. I still have some more if you'd like, but I can
share a couple more for sure. Let's get as much as we can in here.
All right, let's have a look. Okay, so we spoke about the vision board, the power of the why. The why is what drives you. Change your language, write down the negative language and change it into something that's positive. It's always about the growth mindset. Have a daily routine in the morning that sets you up for success. Journaling, and then gratitude, because obviously gratitude is a positive energy, and the more you are in the energy of gratitude, the more again you're training your mind to feel like, wow, this is amazing, great things are happening. And gratitude is one of the things that have been highly researched, and it's shown that people who invite gratitude into their life over the long term enjoy more health and well-being, are more positive, physically and mentally. So practicing 3 daily gratitudes before you sleep is amazing. And before you sleep, by the way, your mind is open to new ideas and suggestions, which means before bed, if you journal, write your affirmations and do your gratitude before sleeping, your mind is almost in this hypnotic state. You know, if we speak about hypnosis, the mind is hypnotized almost and open to accepting new ideas. So the best time you want to feed your mind with new ideas is before you sleep, where you tell your mind, I can, and these positive things, I'm grateful for 1, 2, 3, and put yourself in that state and then sleep. It's amazing. Gratitude. All right. Another few things, and maybe, the last bit we could talk about is, I think that's really important, is procrastination and the fact that, most coaches, because you're overwhelmed and you have a huge to-do list, I know, trust me, you end up not doing anything or you end up freaking out. And the best tip that I really got here, and I've been using it, to-do lists are really kind of taking you towards failure, because it keeps growing. That to-do list, it just keeps growing and just keeps overwhelming you. And the best thing you could do is, rather than create to-do list, is to block time in your calendar to do specific things. So keep it simple. So tomorrow I'm going live on Instagram. I block it, and I block time today to practice it, and tomorrow to practice it again. And that's all I'm doing for the next 2 days. So block time instead of creating to-do lists. Ditch the to-do list. Block time for what you're doing every single day, so that, again, the mind feels, oh, it's easy. I'm just going live on Instagram. That's all. I don't need to think of the 100 other things that I'm about to do. One step at a time, one thing at a time. And remember, it's those small steps that make the biggest difference, really, that allow you to say, I've done something new and I'm going to keep going forward. And maybe last but not least, guys, enjoy the journey.
Yes, absolutely.
This journey is there is fear, there is stress, but that all comes with amazing, amazing growth. And the people who make it to the other side are those who are resilient and keep going through no matter what. There's no one out there who's fearless. There's no one out there who's done it because they have courage that I don't have, and they have skills that I don't have. No, they were able to make it because they kept going, and the fear did not stop them. That is it. That's it. They kept going. You're all skillful. You all have all the tools, all the certifications that you need to make it. You just need to keep going and trust that it's a beautiful journey, and patience is part of that journey.
Oh, yay. I'm just so like energized around all of this now. And someone in the comments said, these are such simple, kind of tips that you're sharing, but really eloquent explanation. And, I think just your energy and your passion for this, hopefully everybody else is just as energized as I am, because those tips are just amazing. And like I said, some things, you took them deeper, and I got, new perspectives and ways of thinking of them that really, make these such powerful tools. So I want to thank you so much for, sharing them. So, just in the
last, two more big books to recommend.
Yes, sure. Yeah, no, bring on the book recommendations. Love it.
So this is an amazing one, which is You're a Badass at Making Money. Let go of that limiting, I can't charge money mindset. This is going to help you get there. And if you're into Deepak Chopra, this is the 7 spiritual laws of success. Just reminds you to be present, reminds you to enjoy the now, the present moment. And, success is not about what you're going to achieve tomorrow. It's about being here now, loving that journey in its ups and downs, and keep going. So these are, and then the law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, and feel the fear and do it anyway.
Awesome. Well, Jana, thank you so much for sharing. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to learn more, if they want to, see what you're up to? How can people connect?
The best way to connect is to follow me on Instagram at Tune In with Jana. And I just launched actually an amazing free mindset toolkit, which has within it like a hypnotic meditation that helps you gain that confidence. Within it, you get access as well to a positive affirmation video and a few other things that can help your journey. You'll find that in the link in my bio on my Instagram page, or just send me a message and I'll send that right to you. Thank you so much, Michelle.
I love your energy, and I'm just so excited with these tips. And really, I can't wait to dive into them, because I really need a lot of these. So thank you so much. It's just been such a joy to reconnect with you. And man, if you're practicing these things on a day-to-day basis, it's really showing up just in terms of, watching you from the very beginning to now. Like, it's such a transformation, and it's so exciting to see. And I'm just so amazed at your courage, to really step into all of this. And, you're practicing what you preach, because it really shines through with your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion for this. So thank you so much for bringing that to us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody. And I'm not just saying this because it's you, Michelle, but Michelle was there when I was freaking out at the beginning of my journey. When I first graduated from IIN, I literally messaged Michelle with a big SOS. I have a client and I have no clue what to do. And here I was like graduate from IIN and completely lost. And she was my savior. So thank you so much for everything that you do. We all appreciate it. And so much love to you, Michelle. Thank you.
So much love to you. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in today. Just have a wonderful day, and, take these tips and start, overcoming those limiting beliefs and pushing yourself towards those dreams and desires, and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you, Jana. All right. Bye, everyone. Take good care. All righty. Bye.